Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone. For today's lesson, this is the last subtopic in differentiation, which is what we call approximation or estimation. I'm going to give you the formula for this chapter. So it's going to be y new equals to y old plus delta y, where your delta y over delta x is approximately equals to dy by dx that we have learned in the class. So if you cross multiply, you bring delta x to the other side. Your delta y will be approximately equals to dy by dx times delta x. So we're going to use this formula to find the new y. Okay, now look at the first example. You have to estimate the value of 4 over 2.98 squared. Okay, the first thing is to understand this question. So if you look at this fraction, you have 4 over 2.98 squared. You're gonna find the closest integer to your 2.98, which is 3. So the closest to your 2.98 will be 3. The solution for this question, first you have to write the y old, the old value when your x equals to 3. So this is the old value. You have to get the initial value, which is the non-decimal, which is 3. So the closest is 3. You have to write 3. So if you change y over 3 square, this is the y old. 4 over 9 will give you 0.444444. So and then the y new is 4 over 2.98 square. If you use calculator, you will get this value. So our aim for today's calculation, you must get the number which is closer to this value. So this is our aim. This is our final answer should be closer to this value. Okay, how are we supposed to solve this question? First, you're gonna let y equals to 4 over x square. You have to change your 2.98 becomes x, and then you have square there. So you bring x up, so you have 4x to the power of negative 2. So now getting the closest integer to your 2.98 will be 3. So this is the closest integer to your x, which is 3. So the x value will be 3. Now you find dy by the x of this one. So you find dy by the x, you bring power down, power minus 1 will give you negative 8, because 4 times negative 2, negative 8. And then negative 2 minus 1 will give you negative 3. Okay, now you have to substitute the value of your x into here. So now you substitute x equals to 3 into this term. So you will have dy by the x equals to negative 8 over 3 cubed. Solving this will get you negative 0.2963. I can now recap what we learned in this class. So you're going to find the delta x. So by definition of delta x, it's equals to the final value minus initial value. Or you can say that the initial value is the old value when x equals to 3. So the final is from the question, which is 2.98. And then the initial is the old value, which is this value, the 3 value. So 2.98 minus 3 will give you negative 0.02. Okay, now you find delta y. If you find delta y, you have to use this formula. So it's delta y approximately dy by the x times delta x. So your dy by the x is this value, negative 0.2963, and your delta x will be this. Okay, if you use your calculator to find this value, you press negative 0.2963 times negative 0.02. This is what you get from your calculator, which is 5.926 to the times 10 to the power of negative 3. So in order to change to decimal, you press shift ENG, and then you do it again. So shift ENG. Now the calculator will change it to decimal without any times 10 to the power of negative at the back. So you have 0.005926. So this is your delta y. Okay, now use this formula to find y new. It's y old plus delta y. So the formula goes like this. So you take y old, which is this value 0.4444. You substitute here, and your delta y here, this is 0.005926. You substitute there. If you plus both values, you will get 0.4503. Like I said before, our aim is to get value which is closer to our y new, which is very close, because the difference is only like 0.0001 difference, because it's very close. So this is the final answer. This is second example. So you have to estimate the value of 3 over 5.02 cubed. So the solution for this question, first you have to think, what is the closest integer to your 5.02? The closest integer will be 5. So the old y will be 5. The x value will be 5. So y old will be 3 over 5 cube. If you press calculator, you will get 0.024. Okay, the y new should be this value. You just press calculator, 3 over 5.02 cube equals to 0.02371. So later in our calculation, we must show that this value, when you do differentiation, will get the same value as this one, which is very close. I mean, exactly or maybe close, we don't know yet. Now, first step is to let your y equals to 3 over x cubed. You let your 5.02 becomes x. So now you bring x cube up. So you're gonna have y equals to. So you're gonna have y equals to 3x to the power of negative 3. Now the closest integer to your x in the question is 5.02. So the closest integer will be 5. So now you find dy by the x. You find dy by the x. You bring power down. Power minus 1 will give you negative 9 over x power 4, but the x now equals to 5. You substitute x equals to 5 and then you press calculator. Negative 9 over 5 power 4 will give you negative 0.0144. Okay, now you find delta x, which is final minus initial. So the initial value always comes from the old data, which is 5, and the final from the question, which is 5.02. So minus 5 will give you 0.02. So now you find delta y. So this is the formula to find delta y. It's dy by the x times delta x. So the dy by the x is this value, substitute here. The delta x is here, you substitute here. So now if you times both, you will get, if you press calculator, so it's negative 0.0144 times 0.02. Okay, if you look at your calculator, you have something like this. Again, you press Shift E and G twice, and then again. So it will give you negative 0.000288. So it's negative 0.000288. Okay, now use the formula. Y new is y old plus delta y. The y old will be this value 0.024. You substitute here. The delta y is this value, which is negative 0.000288. If you substitute here, if you solve this, you will get 0.02371, which is exactly the same as our direct calculation, which is if you test the value. So we get exactly this value. So the answer is exactly. So this is the final answer. So I know this chapter is quite difficult. I'm gonna do more explanation and elaboration in the class. So can you copy all the notes into your Maths 2, and then I shall see you next week. So copy all the notes and try to do the question. Just follow these steps. You will get the answer. If you want to check the answer, always check the y new and then your final answer. If your y new and your final answer is the same, so your workings are correct.